Hey everyone, it's Casey Jenkins, owner of 828 Consulting, and today let's talk about the major components that drive a process and why understanding them is key to identifying where things can actually break down. So as we've talked about before, a process is an aggregation of tasks, steps, or activities that when performed in a sequential order produce an output. But what is actually triggering those tasks and activities in the first place? Well, that's where the major process components come in. So here's how it all works together. You have an event that occurs and that drives inputs, tasks, and decisions to be made, where value is then added to then produce an output. So first, let's talk about events. So an event is the specific action or predefined criteria that triggers a process to occur. Now, understanding events gives you insight into why a process is actually happening and whether it actually needs to happen at all. Second, we've got inputs. So inputs are anything that enters or is required to enter a process to produce the output. So they're generally causal factors and are often identifiers of process errors. Third, we have tasks. So tasks are the executional actions being performed within the process to make it work, and they're the foundation that keeps the process running. Fourth, decisions. So decisions are rule-based actions that can directly dictate the output, which is why formally identifying them really does matter. Undefined decisions actually create variance within your outputs. And then lastly are the outputs. So outputs are the products or services that result from the process. And the customer receiving that output can actually be external, internal, or even another downstream process. So these components are connected within every individual process, and they carry relationships into every dependent process as well. So inputs from one process become outputs of the preceding one, and outputs become inputs into the next. So do you understand the inputs, events, decisions, and outputs actually driving your business processes? Or are there gaps in that understanding that are creating variance in your results? Well, here at 828 Consulting, we actually work with small businesses to analyze and improve the process components that drive operational performance and supply chain execution. So reach out today and let's take your company to the summit.